I bid you wisdom, the word for welcome in the Ewe language. For all of you returning viewers and those subscribed to my channel, a warm welcome and thank you to you. To my new viewers, a warm welcome to you equally, and I invite you to check out part one of this video for the whole shebang. The link will be in the description box. May life always engender the light, eternally the light. So today we're going to be going in for the part two dive of our rabbit hole of what is the light, or rather why the light. Picking up from where we left off concretely, why the light? Let's engage in a metaphysical and experiential exercise by delving into the concept of darkness and contemplating it momentarily. Speaking of the darkness, indeed evokes the image of something black, right? However, darkness is not necessarily or solely black. It's necessary to understand its essence. In reality, darkness can also be perceived like the light as something indescribable or undefinable. But did you know that even if darkness precedes the light, we all know of the masterful and divine sentence, principial, in fact, that decree of God of when God said, "Let there be light." While contemplating the void, the darkness, the absolute darkness, the abyss, God commands, "Let there be light." An array of light emanates directly from the darkness. Please pay close attention to the idea that a ray of light emerges from the darkness. From this light, everything in existence was created. This light, legendarily known among Gnostics, metaphysicians, and practitioners of Hermetic philosophy, is the Logos. However, even here, the question remains, what exactly is the Logos? Is the Logos a light or the light itself? No. Even the Logos is not the light. It is instead simply a wave, a vibratory light that embodies the fundamental frequency. We can refer to it as light, or primordial, authentic, or even as original light. However, it's essential to recognize that because it is a logoic light, this Logos, creator of all things, is still a light that undergoes a process of movement and therefore cannot be regarded as the source light. Although many may call it the source light, it functions as a secondary source in the context of creation. Therefore, while we still refer to it as light, it is essentially just a wave of light. This is how distinct and different logos are always present in the creation of all universes. Each universe has its own creative logos. For our universe, there is a specific creative logos. For another universe, there is again a distinct creative logos. Within universes upon universes, there are unique logos for each. Each logos can be understood as a divine ray, a manifestation of a form of divine lightning that breaks free via the garment of darkness to irradiate brilliantly. Aptly, the Logos is said to be a light or the light, regardless of its name. It's important to note that this logoic light is not the actual source light, precisely because it emerged from the darkness. Doesn't this imply that in reality, the light has an inherent anteriority to the dark? Because it would only make sense for light to escape if it existed before the darkness it escapes from, to radiate and be referred to as a ray or logos. Think of it. How can the light escape from the darkness if it did not precede the darkness. Here is where things become simultaneously complex and simple at the same time. Let's delve back down into contemplating the profound and unanswerable question, why the light? Let's provide some analogical examples to develop this further. In moments of profound distress, when you find yourself entangled in a complicated, challenging, painful situation or predicament that fills you with anguish, despair, and intense loneliness, you would yearn for someone to be by your side. Suddenly, as if by divine intervention, a friend visits you, lends an ear, listens to you. At that moment, this person enters your life like a beacon of light, bringing solace and comfort. What is this person actually offering you or bringing you? Does this person actually shine physically? No, not at all. So, where is the light since it's not from physical appearance? The light is quite simply in the fact that the individual is present. The light lies in the mere presence of the individual. So then it is impossible to dissociate the light, consciousness, and presence. In fact, if we genuinely want to talk about the concept of the primary light, distinct from its waves of light, the light stemming from the all, the source, the creator, it unequivocally is presence. Presence is indistinguishable from consciousness, and consciousness cannot be dissociated or dissociate itself from the light. So then, the light is simply presence. The light encompasses more than mere presence, though. It embodies a form of active presence. Therefore, when you have someone present with you as you face difficult times, they become like a light in your life simply because they are present. This understanding emphasizes that the experience of light transcends physical appearances and is not necessarily brilliant. Even during moments of meditation, when you go into the depths within yourself, you sense and experience the presence or forces in you. This profound sense of presence within is the pure light. The source within you is pure light. From the very beginning, the light resided within the primordial ocean, known as the noon in Egyptian cosmology. And all the primary and primordial divinities emerged from its depths. If there is one aspect that the primordial ocean embodies and offers that is definitively luminous, it is presence itself. One could even consider the primordial ocean as the light, life, or the primordial ocean of life. What it truly offers outside of all that's birthed from this primordial ocean of light is, yes, life, but then life itself, in its truest sense, is found in presence. Think about it. The observation and comprehension of life can only occur within presence. For how can one truly perceive life if it's not through presence? Therefore, don't attempt to define the light. You would only be defining the waves of light operating at a given frequency. Although it is normal in a world created by the logos, which same logos, though, is a secondary light because it functions in the field of movement through which creation occurs. But when you speak of the undefinable light that is always and remains, and as we know that the entire universe is light, do not allow the mental aspect of your mind to attach it to anything that shines or is brilliant. Know that when you meditate and connect with your inner and entire self, and connect both within and without, you are in the field of light. You will see that it is from this position that you can produce elements of light in your own life. Folks should stop thinking or saying that I meditate and I don't see the light. Who told you that the light is something that one sees or a thing that is seen? Light is only something visible. Light is not only something visible, but also something felt. In fact, there can never be a space in the whole or the all that is not light, because the all is equally consciousness, and consciousness is the light. The eye of Horus. The eye of Horus in our ancestors' cosmology represents and symbolizes light, consciousness, and presence. What do people most ask of God? Isn't it his presence in their lives? Consider the presence of God in your life. What does the presence of God in your life signify? This presence inherently signifies light, because if God is presence, his presence is without question the light. After all, presence itself is the light. It is with this understanding that we can even transcend negative entities. When a negative entity comes towards you to make you believe it is more powerful than you and can destroy you, you remind it of its true nature. Because you will remind it of its true nature, which is presence, you will make it understand that, in fact, the primordial source, the all, is even anterior or existing long before whatever it is doing, and that the primordial source will never change. No matter how many evil ideas this entity may want to express, you read and see its presence, which in fact is the light. Therefore, by seeing it, and because the eye is associated with vibrations and calculation, at that moment that you see it, you amplify and assert the fact that presence is the undeniable proof of consciousness and light. You thereby call forth and magnify the light in the entity itself. In that moment, when you address the entity, you inform it that all of its words are false. In reality, the negative entity is not the evil and malevolent entity it wishes to embody, and lacks the power to bestow misfortune or curses upon you or others. The sole trait that exposes its deception is its very existence, proved by its very presence. And that this presence is undeniable proof of consciousness, undeniable proof of the light. The light is not necessarily radiant. The light, in fact, is presence, which is present to your own presence. This is why when you are present in the presence of another, you have the impression of together being in the light. What is light, if not when someone visits you and their presence warms your heart? Isn't this how heat is produced, and therefore presence? This is the reflection that we leave with you this day and in this video. From now on, know that all of your movements and activities are in the all, and that all of the movements that you make are in the presence of the all or creator, and that that presence is light. So know that 24/7, as you eat, you live, you make love, you jump, you do whatever it is that you do, understand that your every movement in existence occurs within the presence of the divine light, and that you can never be without the divine presence and the divine light. So when you say, may the light be, it is only symbolically to ritualize or make a protocol of validating what your consciousness has just realized. This is how you can diffuse light in the form of waves of light that we all call the light, but in reality, you are connected to its source. Well, to all of my returning viewers, you will remember that these are the teachings of Master Elmancio Godson on what is the light. Stay tuned to our channel, subscribe, share your preconceived notions about the light before this video, before watching this video, and after in the comments. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the light and whether your reflections have led you to similar conclusions or not. I'm excited naturally to read your responses. Personally, I find this activity and this whole process is going to be incredibly captivating to explore the various reflections that arise from this content that comes from you all. Additionally, I will soon be producing videos that showcase diverse methods through which these bite-sized morsels of ancient wisdom can genuinely enhance your daily life. Many of these videos will focus on techniques for effectively digesting this information one bite at a time. Until our next rendezvous, may you live your blessedness. May the light engender the light, eternally the light. Thank you.